Strap in, folks, because today's courtroom drama isn't just about petty shoplifting. It's about a man tangled in a web of multiple retail fraud cases, bench warrants, and even out-of-state felony convictions. Judge Middleton is about to confront Jonathan Collins, a defendant with a rap sheet stretching from Walmart to Meijer stores, and that's just the beginning. But here's the twist. Collins himself admits he's already looking at decades in prison down in Indiana for drug charges. What happens here today could either be a formality or the moment his future truly collapses. Let's see how this unfolds.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Jonathan Collins?
Yes, sir.
This is Judge Middleton. I've also got Chief Public Defender Keith Stickley with me. And I've got to address some cases. All right. There are two cases that are subject to bench warrants. Let's get into those. Oldest one is 242257 SM. Oh, come on. I'm gonna all right. We're about to do some jail arraignments on Jonathan Earl Collins. Mr. Collins is in custody in the jail. There are three cases that weren't in my queue, so I'm scrounging for them. So I went in custom queries and I can't find the first case right off the bat. So let me go into the case number 242157. But here it is. JONATHON. All right, well, one of them isn't in there, 242157.
Okay, we'll look at it.
Anyway, I'm in it now. I'm looking if they spelled his name wrong again. Anyway, Mr. Collins, in that case, 242157, the allegation is that you were at the Walmart store in Sturgis on November 10th of 2024 and took some property, and you have a previous conviction for retail fraud, making it retail fraud second degree, which is punishable by up to a year in jail and up to a $2,000 fine. You failed to appear for attorney pretrial with Attorney Ives on last Friday, September 5th, and a bench warrant issued for your arrest. Let me go back in there. She said she put them in my queue. All right.
Now let's break this down legally. Retail fraud second degree in Michigan might sound minor, but it's no slap on the wrist. With a prior conviction, Collins faces up to a year in jail and thousands in fines. And here's the kicker. Missing a court date triggered that bench warrant, which automatically escalates the situation. Judges take failures to appear very seriously, often treating them worse than the original offense. Question for you. Do you think someone facing decades in another state even cares about a 1-year retail fraud charge? Or is this just piling on?
The next one up is 251403. And that one is it alleged that on July 3rd of 2025, you were at the Meyer store in Three Rivers and you stole property worth $200 or more. And the second or subsequent offense is a retail fraud, second degree, also punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. According to the affidavit, you allegedly walked into Myers on June 15th and filled backpacks with stuff and walked out with them. Anyway, you're allegedly identified on video. Same thing, you had a pretrial. You didn't show up on September 5th and a bench warrant issued for your arrest with a $400 cash or surety bond. Then there's a new charge, which actually is older than the other charges, but that he hadn't been arrested on it yet. That is file 251647. Let's take a look at this one. This one alleges that you were at the Meyer store in Sturgis on June 12th and allegedly stole property worth more than 200 but less than 1,000. In this case, the allegation is same thing, grab some gecko backpacks and put stuff in them. 3 Nintendo Switch games, Nintendo Switch remotes, some other stuff worth $884. People have been stealing rare earth magnets, and they're stealing them to undo the magnetized security stuff on these. So anyway, in that case, it is alleged that you and another unknown co-defendant stole $844.89 worth of stuff. So you have 2 existing cases where Mitch Ives represents you, and this new case where you don't yet have an attorney. You were supposed to be here last Friday. I was here with about a zillion other people. You weren't.
Pause right there. Did you catch that? Collins isn't just accused of pocketing a few items. Prosecutors allege he and a partner swiped nearly $900 worth of electronics, including Nintendo Switch games and remotes. That's no casual shoplift, that's organized theft. And the mention of rare earth magnets? That's how pros disable security tags, suggesting Collins wasn't just desperate, he was calculated. What's your take? Was this a crime of necessity, or is this flat-out professional theft? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this detail changes how the entire case feels.
I think I even tried to call you. I can't remember right now, but anyway, how'd you come to get arrested last night?
An anonymous tip, because I was on the run from Indiana too. I'm probably going to do the rest of my life in prison. So, I mean, they found me guilty down in Indiana of dealing methamphetamines and other felonies too, and I'm probably going to get 30 to 50 years. So, I mean,
yeah, there's a hold on. What county is that from?
LaGrange. They already found me guilty of everything, so I just got to go down there and get sentenced.
All right. Well, how did you end up in my jail today?
Anonymous tip.
Where'd they arrest you?
At one of my friend's residence with my girlfriend.
All right, on your two previous cases, 251403 SM and 252257 2157.
This is the jaw drop moment. Collins flat out admits he's already been convicted in Indiana for dealing meth, with a sentence looming between 30 and 50 years. Think about that. A man staring down half a lifetime in prison is still racking up theft charges across state lines. It's tragic, almost self-destructive. Why keep stealing if you already know you're never walking free again? Was it recklessness, addiction, or just denial of reality? This is where courtroom drama turns into human tragedy.
In the normal course of events, I would set these for the first pretrial in October. Mr. Stickley, we're having terrible difficulty with Rhonda Ives. She was unavailable the first Friday in August, September, October, November, and she was here on that date. But
Your Honor,
yes, sir.
can I speak with Mr. Stickley for a minute?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Mr. Stickley?
Just a minute.
This is going to put us on the break.
Nine seconds. All right, Mr. Collins, we're back. One option is to simply enter pleas to these cases, and I could execute a sentence and let you go back to Indiana. Is that what you discussed with Mr. Stickley?
I asked him, I says, I told him, I says, I'm willing to plead guilty to all three of them. We could just.
Yeah, if we're able to today,
on. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, I don't have the authority to alter the cases. but the prosecutor might, but they aren't here. So Mr.
Okay.
Stickley or somebody could confer with them. But
Because like
Even
I
if
was
I-
telling,
go ahead.
I was telling Mr. Stickley, you know, okay, I got a level 2 dealing charge down there. Okay, that carries a max sentence of 30 years. My last plea bargain was 15, and I turned it down. They found me guilty at trial. Okay, then I got a habitual offender on top of that, plus a level 3, 5, and a 6, all down there on the same case. Actually, 2 6s that they all found me guilty of. So I'm probably going to get.
And here we see a surprising pivot. Collins tells his lawyer he's willing to plead guilty to all 3 cases just to speed things up. Legally, that's risky. Pleading guilty without negotiation strips you of leverage. But from his perspective, he's already facing decades in Indiana, so maybe he just wants closure here. Audience question: if you knew you were already facing life behind bars, would you fight every case to the end, or plead guilty just to get it over with?
Well, the habitual offender is another 6 to 20 years on top of the 20 to 30 years that they're going to give me on the dealing. So it's going to be a long time.
Yes, these are among the lesser things you have to worry about. Let me see. That's, like I said, Miss Ives is so hard to schedule. Let's see what she's got next Tuesday. Gee whiz. She's got more weeks next year than this year. Can anybody tell me in the next week or two if Rhonda Ives is scheduled to be here for something? She was going on a trip and she had a conference and she's busy in other jurisdictions. Gee whiz. Lapita, any luck with that?
Yeah, and then that's what we're looking at, well, physically it's not here.
Well, apparently no one's either can hear me or they aren't having any luck finding when she's set to be here. I'm still working on it, Mr. Collins.
Okay.
It's gonna be Judge Patterson. He's on vacation.
So she's here the 15th in RKP's room at 9 a.m., the 22nd at 9 a.m. in RKP's room, and then I think the 29th at 10:45 a.m. I did not write that down though, it was RKP's.
He's gone that day, so it's probably not him.
Because the ones like the 15th, I believe are like probation things, and the 22nd.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna set this. The pretrial, the first two that you missed. Bond is $400 cash assured in each case. For Monday, September 22nd. At 8:30.
I can't promise she can be here.
All right, well, let's say 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
for the attorney Ives. I'm going to show a not guilty plea in the new case. In 251647 SM. And appoint Rhonda Ives. And set a pretrial for September 22nd at 10 a.m. Mr. Collins, your request is not unreasonable, and I would be willing to bet that the prosecutor would be willing to forego one or more of these cases for a plea, in which case we could resolve our cases and you could go back to Indiana. The problem has been trying to find a spot.
Notice how Judge Middleton handles this, carefully but firmly. He knows Collins is unlikely to ever see freedom, yet he still ensures due process, appointing an attorney, scheduling pretrials, and keeping everything on record. That's the justice system at work. Even someone with multiple felonies and out-of-state convictions still gets procedural fairness. It's a reminder that in American courts, the process itself is just as important as the outcome. Do you think the judge should have been stricter, or was he right to keep it professional despite Collins' bleak future?
Where your lawyer will be here. It's not a criticism. She's not sitting around watching the clouds flow by. She's busy. She practices in several different counties, and she has a criminal defender contract. I think she's actually one of the presenters there. So this is a time when she's hard to schedule, harder than even usual. So I show a not guilty plea in everything. I set everything for September 22nd at 10 a.m. when I know that she'll be in the building. Bond in the new case is $400 cash or surety. You're not going to post any of those bonds because they're sort of moot, but it has Indiana hold.
Right.
You're gonna sit here for a while until at least September 22nd.
Okay.
All right, good luck, sir. Mr.
Okay.
Stick. Well, he does not have a very bright outlook, but we ought to be able to resolve these.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for your help. I got a PPO waiting for me.
Have fun. See you.
All right, thanks. All right, I think that's it for this week. Still got work to do. We got to close out the file I had before lunch and the file I had after lunch. But everybody have a good weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful the rest of the day today. And nice this weekend, maybe even warm. So we'll hope for the best. And I wish everyone the best, including Rosemary Blair, Carla Bowers, and Joe.
So here's where we land. Jonathan Collins sits with 3 Michigan retail fraud cases on top of his looming Indiana meth convictions. The judge set future hearings but made it clear the real storm is waiting for Collins down south. Today's session wasn't just about shoplifting. It was about watching the system grind forward, even when the outcome seems inevitable. What do you think? Should Michigan even pursue these smaller cases, knowing Indiana's sentence will likely overshadow everything? If you found this breakdown as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns right here.